south of Sweden, so basically the region I play in. And he's not ranked in the region, but yeah, he plays Barf, so let's see what he can do here.
I always like watching Android. I really like watching Pal Shake in general against Marth, because I feel like they get very creative, you know. Some people think the matchup is kind of skewed in Marth's favor in Pal, but I kind of disagree, because Sheik has a lot of tech chase options. She becomes less of a combo game character and more of a Vortex kind of tech chasey character on the platforms and stuff. And right away, right off the bat, Android taking a really fast stock, 15 seconds, 20 seconds.
So how would you describe like Android's playstyle?
Android's playstyle, it's very similar to a Mango-ish kind of playstyle for Sheik, kind of like how Ice used to play Sheik back in the day.
I feel like he plays a lot by feel. Like
a lot by feel, a lot about
player.
movement and baiting the opponent, making himself very, you know, he's just dashing in and out. It's really hard to catch him, and it's really quick, very technical. He gets the nair out of shield really fast every time. He's very confident too.
He's very platform heavy, especially. Like
very platform heavy, definitely. That's kind of like the trend. Plop started with the shield dropping. Android is up there. He knows how to use shield drops for sure. It's a very interesting player. One of the more technical Sheiks in the world for sure. And it's going to be difficult for Queen to stop that, because as Marth, what you want to do, right, is limit Sheik's movement with down tilts and well-spaced aerials, and then get her in the air, and then start juggling her, hopefully.
Yeah.
But Android has really good DI and really good movement, so it's hard to, you know, lock him down to one spot.
Your punish game definitely has to be on point in the matchup if you want to compete with
for sure, because
punish game, especially Androids.
Yeah, if both players are not really getting the combos going, Sheik is going to have the edge for sure, because her 1-2s, her auto combos, we'll say, the F4 tilt into fair, is much easier to perform than Marth's 8-hit juggles, right? So
she will just have such an easier time killing Marth than Marth the other way around, basically.
It's always been one of the problems with Marth, right?
Yeah.
Marthritis. It's difficult to land the kills if you're not on point, or if you're not Zion.
And here it took until like 140% for him to get the kill. But yeah, Android takes the first game pretty solid. Pretty
comfortably. I would expect there are a few options here. Either he can go Yoshi's and decide to go all in on the aggression, or he can decide that his neutral is better than Android, and he can decide to go FD or Pokemon Stadium. And all of these are really good choices. Pokemon Stadium it is.
There you go. Flatter stage, less options for Android from platforms.
Exactly. Although the transformations really don't help Marth. She is a more movement-heavy character than Marth, and she's better in the pit because faster frames, right? The tilts are really fast.
Exactly. Yeah.
So Queen has to make the most out of the neutral stage of Pokemon Stadium. Otherwise, it's going to be an uphill battle for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure. Ooh.
And already we see him try to control the spacing a little bit more this time with the down tilts. The hard part of the matchup is actually getting back in the center as Marth, because then Sheik can roll you out with forward tilt, and if you get hit, it's forward air, you back off stage again.
If Sheik corners Marth, it's very difficult for Marth to go under or get in.
Exactly. Because Marth has very weak options from the ledge, right?
Yeah.
The only thing he can do invincible, he has a few options. He has jab, up B, and roll. But all of them are almost frame perfect. And the number of Marth players that can actually pull them off consistently is more or less 0. So it's not easy for sure. Sheik is really good at stuffing Marth from the ledge. That was a really good nair. Unlucky.
Clipped by the B. Nice.
That's the stop.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Which was the start to this game 2 on Pokemon Stadium?
He put himself in a bad position there. I don't really agree with going on the platform there. Right there.
We've seen Android use the up air from Sheik, which is actually a really good combo tool against Marth and Pal, because of the weaker knockback compared to NTSC. You can at least get 2 or 3 generally, and then shark the landing from Marth. It's a really good option.
For sure.
Down throw. Good delay by Android. I would like to see a regrab there. It was too early for the forward smash.
Yeah, using the invincibility to close out the edge guard. It's pretty solid. If you get Marth in a position where you can just refresh the edge pretty safely, it's very difficult.
It is very
difficult for Marth to get back right there. But now, Android milking his lead, just getting a needle.
No jump.
Needles.
Okay, that's his chance.
This is good. Oh no!
You allowed him to land again. That's a shame.
Unfortunate. Oh.
Okay.
No, he didn't react. It's really
fancy,
yeah. It's so important in these situations where you have you know that the attack is happening. It's guaranteed attack situation to happen.
Well, actually, he could have gotten the up tilt if he had not missed the L cancel, but then he missed the L cancel, and he still did not adapt his plan to the fact that he missed it. That was a problem.
Yeah,
Good players are adapt to adjust their plan on the fly, and that was not one of them. That was not. It did not happen there.
Yeah, like most of all, he just didn't put himself in a state to be able to react to the situation, which is important.
Quick 2-0 by Android.
Yeah.
A few good things by Queen on the second game. I feel like he kind of knew where he wanted to go, and I like the decision to go Pokemon.
Yeah.
And I feel like he knew why he was going there in terms of game plan. That's a good showing. But then again, the skill gap is so big.
The skill gap is big, and the execution is not completely
And it's definitely a matchup in which, if the skill gap is big, it's not fun at all for the Marth. Like, Sheik will strangle you from start to finish. Like, you have to be at least on the level of the Sheik. Like,